Reunited MNEMIC is absolutely working on new music. We're super excited about it. The original lineup of Danish gent metal pioneers MNEMIC returned to the stage in August 2024, reigniting the fire that put them on the world map in the early 2000s. The band, featuring vocalist Michael Bobballe, guitarists Mircea Gabriel Eftemie and Rune Stigart, bassist Thomas Obist Kofod, and drummer Brian Brawl Rasmussen, performed at the Dark River Festival in Finland, sharing the stage with iconic acts like Catatonia and Exodus. Since then, they've graced several European festivals, including Germany's Euroblast, Denmark's Copenhell, and the Czech Republic's Brutal Assault, treating fans to a setlist of tracks from their first two albums, The Audio-Injected Soul, 2004, and Mechanical Spin Phenomena, 2003. In a recent interview with Get Heavy UK, Mircea was asked about MNEMIC's reunion. He responded, "That's a very good question. I think lots of things. Being away from playing music for a long time, and I think all of a sudden, when that creative outlet stopped, and everyone in the band started going different paths in their lives. Eventually, going into different paths also meant being away from the creative process, from the music, and so on. Everyone had different priorities, made families along the way. Grey hair came out, kids came out. Life happened, basically. And all of a sudden, you basically have this. I can only speak for myself, but you have this need to cover something, and that's the whole creative aspect of composing music. But the most important, it was to have this connection again, and being away for such a long time. Lots of stuff happened in our lives. But at a certain point, kids got older for some of the band members, and all of a sudden, they had a lot of spare time. And this was, back in 2023. I reached out to the drummer, Brian, and sent him a text message, basically asking if he could still play the drums. I hadn't spoken with him for a very long time, for many years, and kind of dropped an idea. And luckily, he was super positive about it, and he was like, "Hey man, I'm ready to do this." And it was the same when I spoke with the singer, Michael. He was the very first guy that got very enthusiastic about it. And obviously, it was at the right time, at the right place. So we decided to meet up. And the whole point of what I'm saying is basically when we met, it was that spark and that connection that we also had when we were in our 20s. And it was the joy of being connected again, and playing, and starting to play music, sharing ideas. And when we started playing the old songs, it sparked a lot of joy and happiness. Regarding the rehearsal space experience, Mircea said, "It was pretty surreal, because the very first time we met, it was actually at Tu Madsen's place, our initial producer, who produced the very first two albums. He offered us to come down to his studio and just rehearse. So Brian, the drummer, Kane, brought his drums, the rest of the guys brought their old instruments, and so on. And when we met each other for the first time in the same room, it was surreal. It was really like I became 24 again. So it was like, wow, that's how it actually feels." So yeah, that was really fantastic, he added. When we started playing the songs, I realized that we still had it, and that spark and energy just came out of everyone, and you could see everyone smiling. We connected again over the music, and that was really, really special for us, especially for being away for such a long time. Being in the hamster wheel for so many years, and coming back to a rehearsal space or a studio, and seeing the other guys smiling, and being in that mindset when you are composing, when you're playing music together, you are just connected on a completely different level. And that was super special for me, at least, and I also know for the guys as well. So it was really great. When asked about new music, Mircea said, "I might as well say it as it is, but absolutely, 110%. For some months, I think for the last half year, we've been discussing whether we were capable of writing new material, and how we should approach that, what we should do. And I'm not going to promise anything. I'm not going to say anything. But being completely honest and transparent, it's a very slow process for us. But at the same time, I can tell you that we have actually. It was really hard for us to start, because I mean, for me personally, it was hard. I didn't really have anything in me. And so on. And all of a sudden, recently, it was like the catch-up effect. A lot of stuff came out. And basically, also the other guys I know Rune, the other guitar player, he actually brushed out some really old riffs as well. And I thought they sound super fresh. So we actually have some material, and we have started composing new material. I have no clue when we will be 110% satisfied to actually put everything together and release it. But we're working on that, and at some point, whenever we are ready, we'll go out with new material. And we're super excited about it, because it has sparked this creative process again for us, which we had back then. And I thought we completely lost that after so many years, but we haven't. When we met each other in the rehearsal space and we started discussing this and starting to put pieces together, it was just like old days. So yeah, I'm super excited, but I also know it takes time. But I'm looking very much forward to releasing new material. This reunion is significant as it marks the first time this lineup has performed together since 2005, a pivotal year in the band's history. It was during this period that Bogbale made his departure, subsequently succeeded by the late Guillaume Bidault, whose contributions have left an indelible mark. Mechanical spin phenomena and audio-injected soul are characterized by their distinctive mechanical, palm-muted style and powerful choruses, which later influenced and laid the groundwork for some of today's gent bands.